been described as calm as we speak. We've also just spoken to the captain, Mr. K. Makabela, who has assured us that the South African policing contingent will be remaining in the area to restore that calm. Well, a rowdy crowd has kept on disrupting the former IFP leader as he was addressing tenants of the George Knock Denver as well as the Jeppes-town hostels. Buthelezi appealed for calm and has called on police to play for their role in dealing with the violence in which foreign nationals are being targeted and having their businesses being burnt and looted. We are joined on the line by SABC reporter Ditaba Totsetsi, who was there. A very good evening to you, Ditaba. Essentially, just take us through what were some of those underlying issues that seemed to have sparked that rowdy crowd we saw this afternoon.
Good evening, Chantel, and to our viewers. Yes, that is true. There was a rowdy crowd where former leader of IFP, mangosu, Buthelezi, the residents of Denver, George Knock, and Jeppes-town. What made the crowd to be unruly or at times kept on disrupting his speech is where he called for peace among the residents within the three suburbs. He was calling for them to live together with the foreign nationals and not to attack their shops, as we have seen in recent weeks or days, on 7 days or 8 days ago, where we saw several shops being looted and burnt in Jeppes-town and Malvern. He was just calling for residents to live together with them, whereby they didn't like his call, saying these people are taking their jobs, they also commit crimes in the area and are not being able to court the police because some of them are here illegally. Police find it difficult to trace some of them because they don't have proper documents to be in South Africa.
Now, essentially, what has the reaction to the disruption been on his side?
Can you please repeat the question?
What was Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi's reaction to the disruption?
He was very disturbed. He was very disappointed. He also told the residents that he never expected them to behave the way they behaved, because he thought maybe this meeting will be peaceful and foreign nationals and locals find each other and live together. The disappointment that the meeting didn't end well because he was kept on being disrupted while he's still addressing them. They decided to stop his speech, because he could not address them. As they were unruly, they were making noise. Some were calling for him to leave the area. Some were calling for foreign nationals to leave their area, where they also made a threat that after the meeting, they will go out and attack these foreign nationals because they don't want to see them within their area. It's where we saw some of them went to the Johannesburg CBD, where they also went on the rampage attacking some businesses.
Yeah, and were you able to speak to any of those affected residents in the crowds today to just hear, essentially what some of their issues were?
Yes, we were able to speak to some of them, and they were adamant that they don't want to see foreign nationals in their area or in South Africa. They didn't use their words when saying foreign nationals are not welcome here in South Africa. So they were also appealing to mangosu to relay the message to government to say they should take all foreign nationals to leave their country. In recent days, we also covered stories among these attacks on foreign nationals. Some were saying if foreign nationals are well documented or having proper documents, they are welcome to stay in South Africa. But those who are not having proper documents, really they should leave the country because they are bringing problems in our country.
Now, were you then able to speak to any possible foreign nationals who could have been in attendance this afternoon?
The foreign nationals, we were able to speak to them after the meeting because none of them attended the meeting. Probably they were scared that maybe they might be attacked if they attended the meeting. But they also expressed unhappiness that why are they not welcome in South Africa? While other countries during the struggle, while South Africa was fighting for many people were outside the country trying to get help from other countries. But why can't now, because South Africa has finally got its freedom, why can't they allow foreign nationals to stay here. They were also not happy about what is happening against them.
Thank you very much for taking us through what has transpired this afternoon. SABC reporter Ditabo Totse.